Now, Sonia, what age are you?
93.
93. And you enjoying old age?
Not really.
Not really. What are the problems, as you say, of antiquity?
Well, there are so many problems, really. Being deaf and being blind and, you know, not going out, finding clothes to wear and disguising the various wrinkles and so on that one gets.
So you have produced a little document about antiquity.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have listed out issues as you see them.
Right.
Right. Well, we start with interest.
Yes, sure. Well, I'm interested in doing the crossword and reading and plotting things to do. Like, what can I do instead of organising the health centre? And I found a medium to come and talk to us because we play Scrabble in the village.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all the villagers are my friends and we have Scrabble parties. So I had a medium to come. And then I had a person who is in contact with angels, and she came and gave a talk, and then I had a healer who came. So all these sort of things are very interesting as far as I'm concerned, and I try and keep thinking of more all the time.
And what do these people tell you, the angel talker? What do they tell you?
The angel person? Well, the angel person had had a bad car accident and she was told there was nothing wrong, but then sometime later something dropped and it was the same noise as the car crash, and her body remembered it and went into shock, and she was bedridden for a long time, months, and then suddenly she began receiving poetry from the angels and lessons on what to do to cure herself. And she got quite all right, but she now has a couple of books of poetry out, which was very interesting.
And what did the medium do for you?
Well, the medium came and we all had spirits that are hovering around us, apparently, and she delivered messages from them. So, you know, a lot of people had very meaningful messages, but then some didn't believe it at all, like myself. It was quite an interesting story. She said she saw three men in uniform hovering round me and protecting me, and they were in uniform, and then my sister-in-law was here, my daughter-in-law, I mean, and she's psychic too, and she said they were in the Boer War uniform. And I said that couldn't be because as far as I knew I had no relatives in the Boer War. But my daughter-in-law subsequently did research and she did find a relative in the Boer War who was married to, this is quite confusing, my great-grandfather's brother had an illegitimate daughter, and she married this army officer who was stationed in Dublin and who subsequently became involved in various wars, including the Boer War. So I thought that was a pretty good story, although it was a kind of a remote relationship. But anyway, so what? He's protecting me.
Well, that's nice to know that, yeah.
Wasn't it a nice story?
But you couldn't see the medium yourself?
Couldn't
see the medium, yeah.
No.
No. That was disappointing.
Well, only very few people can see these things.
Do you take pills? Tablets?
Tablets? No, didn't I say they always make me feel worse?
Well, they're supposed to make you feel better.
Yeah, but that's the unfortunate part with me. They don't work, except in reverse. Anything, not just tablets.
Yeah.
Any kind of liquid or herbs or anything that makes normal people feel better makes me worse.
And how do you occupy yourself, and how would you How would you encourage people to occupy themselves when they're older?
Well, just find something that interests them and go for it.
And what kind of things interest you?
Well, as I've said, doing the crossword and finding all these various people who have interests and might lecture to us and things like that.
Do you do any babysitting?
Visiting?
Babysitting.
Oh, no.
Why not?
I'm not a baby person.
You're not a baby person. Okay.
I never can understand how grandmothers are so keen to get grandchildren. I mean, I don't like them till they're kind of adult, or people, let's say, for at least 4 years old.
They have a bit of shape. They have a bit of shape, yeah.
Yeah.
Dress. How do you manage for dress now?
Well, dress is very easy because I've invented this new style consisting of the beret and a scarf. And I have very many different kinds, and you can vary the outfit every day at minimal cost.
So it's a bit like a trademark.
Well, you could say that because I've tried to introduce it to other people without any success, and yet whenever I go out and I have the scarf and the beret, people will invariably say to me, you look great. Where are you going all dressed up? I mean, I could go out in my pyjamas with the scarf and beret and it would be the same effect.
So that gives you a boost.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. How about food? Have you any advice on food?
Well, I don't eat very much, and I don't really eat anything evil, like red meat and beef burgers and processed food, like I hate ham, for instance, and I never get beef.
And what do you eat?
Well, I would eat fish and chicken and, you know, rice and spaghetti and so on, and lots of vegetables and bread, toast. Nothing elaborate.
So small quantities,
Yeah.
unprocessed.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat much like breakfast. I would just have tea and toast.
Tea and toast, okay.
And then I might have fruit salad and stuff for lunch, you know.
How about exercise?
Well, I really don't do much exercise now because I don't want to wear out my joints. But just breathing exercise is very good to do. Yoga exercise, for which of course I used to teach in the health centre.
And how about your skin?
My skin, well, I've always used Nivea on my skin, and I don't think it looks too bad. So
Looks very good for 93, yeah.
Must be one thing that works.
That's why I asked the question, yeah. So Nivea should be paying you for advertising.
I think they should, indeed.
And how about the bowels? How do you mind them?
Constipation, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I have chia seeds are good for that. And there's some kind of fibre I take as well. Well, occasionally, you know.
So you don't have much of a problem with it, no?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, right, yeah. How about the turkey neck?
Yeah, a lot of...
Explain what a turkey neck is.
A lot of people my age and much younger have scraggy turkey necks. Well, why don't they wear high collars? I mean, polo necks or like my scarf. You could wear anything like that, but some people just expose it all. Turkey wrinkles and everything.
So if you have one, conceal it.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not attractive.
And how about your hair?
Yeah, I hate my hair. So...
Why do you hate your hair? You got a good head of hair.
Well, I've always hated it. First of all, it was too springy, and now it's perhaps too stringy. But luckily, I have a granddaughter who's a hairdresser, So I have my own personal hairdresser.
So she keeps you tidy.
Yes, she does. Whenever it needs cutting and so on. She does the hairs of the guests in the mill too. So that's good.
And how about your toenails?
Yeah, you have to get somebody to do them. I don't know how people manage who live on their own, who are ancient and decrepit. Because, well, I suppose I could. But then it's hard to see. Anyway, I have a home help who does them.
Okay.
So that's great.
Well, some people go to the chiropodist.
Yeah, well, I did go for a while because I had a sort of corn thing on my foot. But then I have a friend who kind of comes up and files it down, so I don't go to the chiropodist anymore.
You have what is you call a black hole in your eye?
Yeah, that's the trouble. It seems black because it's black in the middle. This is one eye, the other eye is kind of worse. But I can sort of squint round the edges.
And did you go to a specialist about it?
Oh, yeah. I've had operations on it and stuff.
And have you any advice on hearing?
Well, I got hearing aids from the health service, but I really don't wear them because they're fine. Like, I probably should have them in now talking to you, but if you wear them all the time, every little noise, like if I move my foot, it's whoosh, and if I'm walking along, I think there's an ogre after me, and every little rustle. You know, so I only wear them if there's a party or something.
Okay.
And I'm not the only person, because I've asked other people and they say the same.
Speech? No, speech. The words please, thanks and sorry are very important. Please?
Oh, yeah. Please, thanks and sorry. Yes, for some reason people really like those words. And the more you can say them, the more they like you. Like, sorry seems so odd. People are like politicians to say sorry for something they've done like 50 years ago. Why? You'd wonder.
Well, you would wonder, wouldn't you? Yeah. You would wonder, yeah.
Yeah.
Day-to-day hazards.
Yeah, that's like tying your shoelaces.
Yeah. Hard to do.
Yeah. It's quite hard to do, like, I can't do it.
You can you get down to them?
Well, I can do it now if I'm sitting there.
Okay, yeah,
but I usually do it when I have the shoes off, and then I have a shoehorn to put them on again.
Slip them on, yeah.
But as I was saying, if they come undone, say, in the supermarket, you wouldn't know what to do, because I couldn't really bend down from standing to tie them, and I could hardly ask the other shoppers. So it's just have to try not to fall flat on your face.
How about looking after your fingers?
Well, now my fingers are they're kind of dead, some of them. And this is due to something called carpal tunnel. You know about that, I'm sure. So I did have an operation on this one. Didn't really help very much, but now it's a bit better than this one, which I haven't had operated on.
Okay. How about memory?
Memory?
Memory of antiquity.
Memory.
Yours is good.
Well, it's not too bad, although I do forget people's names and things like that. But then people tell me they all do too.
Yeah, that's pretty common, yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Really pretty common, yeah. And what do you attribute your long life to?
I've no idea.
No idea, no.
Perhaps my grandparents. I think they lived quite long. Though I didn't really know my father's parents.
So do you think it has anything to do with genes?
What?
Genes.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably it is.
Probably.
It's not a, did you ever smoke?
No.
Never smoked. You didn't drink too much, no?
Well, I once tried to be an alcoholic because when I was, you know, up in the other house and busy, I thought it would help.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd be an alcoholic on Bailey's, as I happened to have a bottle. So I tried that. Every day I'd have a glass of Bailey's, and eventually I got that I couldn't bear the sight of it. So well, that attempt failed anyway.
So you got on with it?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an alcoholic, but I've suddenly discovered ginger beer. That's delicious. And I'm asking people, could I be an alcoholic on that? Apparently it's not alcoholic.
Just not alcohol at all?
Failed again.
Failed again. You'll have to try something else.
Yeah, I don't know what the...